Hey everyone, my name is Ford from NorCal Thrills, and today I'm bringing you an update from California's Great America for May 26, 2023. In this update, we cover the opening of the newest themed area in Great America, NorCal County Fair. As we usually do, we'll walk around the new area and take a look at what exactly it brings us. But that's not it, since we also have a number of smaller updates from around the park this month. Let's get started. This month brings us the exciting new opening of the new area in California's Great America, NorCal County Fair. This area takes over from the former Action Zone area, replacing the extreme concrete kinda zone with a much more fitting California greenery and natural area that fits in much better with the rest of the park. Let's walk counterclockwise around and see what it looks like. We come across the first change in front of Barney Oldfield's, this great looking new sign that tells us that we've arrived in the area. It doesn't take us much longer to get to what's newly called Barney Oldfield's Redwood Rally. This new name also brings us some new theming elements in the queue, including a map with what you can expect on your course and some fantastic looking posters. Seriously, big props to the park and the designer of these posters. I adore the aesthetic. The ride also has new signage throughout the course, as well as some other natural elements, including some large rocks before you finish out the ride crossing the finish line. Speaking of, across from the finish line, there's a set of stands where you can cheer on your favorite drivers as they finish their rally. In between Redwood Rally and Grizzly, we can find a number of new theming elements, including the car workshop that disguises the back of the basketball game, and the best theming element in the park, Larry the Singing Chicken. Obviously, there's no real chicken in there, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't sing. As we continue onward towards Grizzly, near the finish line for Redwood Rally, we can find a new bunch of picnic tables for guests to sit at. Next to that is the construction site for the new ride that's coming to NorCal County Fair, although it's not quite ready yet, Pacific Gliders. The construction fence looks about the same as it did last month, except it has a bunch of posters of concept art and logos for the new ride and areas. From the picnic table area, we can see into the construction site and see that not a ton has changed from last month with respect to vertical construction. I anticipate seeing that soon if the ride is to be open this summer. Continuing onward, we can see that Drop Tower has a great looking new sign that matches its brown and green paint scheme. The divider near the entrance still is empty, and will likely remain so until the construction fences come down to avoid clogging a fairly narrow path. Behind Drop Tower, the game area has been freshly repainted and reskinned so that the games tie into the county fair theme better than they did before. There are some smaller details throughout, like the logos on these game bottles that show the care and detail that went into this area. Continuing towards the end of NorCal County Fair, Tiki Twirl remains closed for refurbishment, but looks largely unchanged. And finally, Psycho Mouse looks unchanged too. Now it just needs a new name to go along with this new, more natural paint scheme that it got in 2021. Now that we've covered the big news for the week, let's take a look at some of the smaller updates from around the park. First, it was Memorial Day weekend this weekend, and so military and veterans were able to get into the park for free. This weekend was also the opening of South Bay Shores for the year. On Friday, when I went, I managed to catch the lifeguards doing some last-minute training. Centrifuge still isn't open yet, and the ride is still in pieces, although the same sign we've seen is still up at the entrance promising a return. Over in Planet Snoopy, the Music Goes Round and Around show is still being shown at the Peanuts Showplace Theater. The stage remains the same as well. Actually, both the stage in front of Great America Theater and the stage behind the carousel were still up and decorated in Peanut stuff to varying degrees between the two. And finally, the area around Railblazer was looking particularly great with the tunnel being green again with plants, and with a new sign at the soccer game. And that'll wrap up our update for the day. In this update, we covered the opening of the new NorCal County Fair area, as well as some other smaller updates. I left really impressed with the new area. It replaced the worn-out, tired Action Zone with a place that's much nicer and more pleasant to be in. The theming is the level of detail we've come to expect with Cedar Fair's latest additions, and when Pacific Gliders opens, the area will be perfect. My next update from Great America will be in July for Carnival.